Hey, it's Kim, and I'm back from Vegas. So, Tuesday morning, I got back into Canada from Las Vegas after the weekend getaway with the team at Popcorn Planet. This has been by far the most insane weekend of my life. Absolutely crazy and things I will never, ever forget. And I'm sure on Popcorn we'll talk more like about little fun things that happened throughout the weekend. As you can tell, my voice is fantastic right now. There was a lot of yelling. There was a lot of karaoke. There's also a lot of cigarette smoke, which fun fact, I am actually allergic to. Like actually allergic to. It comes up on a test for me. Um, and the one of the side effects of that is that my throat kind of closes up. So my apologies to anybody who watched that karaoke stream and had to suffer through my vocals. They were not up to my standards. Had an absolute blast. Everything from the meet and greets to the show to the karaoke to the meals I had with people that have loved our channel and have supported us, and friends of the channel. Just such an incredible experience, and I feel so blessed. So many new friends and fantastic conversation. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. But I know a lot of you are probably here because you want to read this letter. You want to know what was in this letter. For those of you who aren't aware, I was at the Johnny Depp Jeff Beck show, and at the end of the show, I gave Johnny a letter. And I wanted to share that letter with you guys because I think it's important. So without further ado, I'm going to read you the letter. I have it on my phone here, and there are going to be some words I'm going to have to censor because of YouTube, but I hope that you guys will get the idea of what it was I was trying to say. Mr. Depp, thank you for taking the time to look at this letter. I know you are an incredibly busy person, and it's truly humbling that you have spent your time looking at this. My name is Kim, and I've worked alongside Andy Signor and his YouTube show Popcorn Planet for the past year or so. I'm a regular on the show, but I also do a lot behind the scenes. In March, I was approached by Andy to work to assist in producing on his coverage of your trial. I agreed to join the team as a neutral voice simply because I didn't know much about your case. My life from that day forward until the end of the trial became studying what had happened to you and analyzing the trial in Fairfax. So that is basically what happened. I had done a lot behind the scenes in the headlines area, helping keeping things organized, and I think that was part of why Andy asked for my help, because I do admin things and I'm pretty good at that. I know I've only seen a fraction of the cruelty and judgment you have experienced. Having to watch, edit, commentate, and go over every moment in Fairfax was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, and I can't imagine how all of this has affected you. As a survivor and a recovering addict myself, your words cut through me. Status, fame, money all separates us, but at the end of the day, we are all human. And ultimately, your commitment to truth, even admitting the things you weren't proud of, connects all of us. I'm sure at times this has been exhausting, heartbreaking, and terrifying, and I wish there was something we could have done to help you through that. I want you to know that as a team on the show, we worked hard to show the trial as it was and to dig deeper behind the headlines and the clickbait our media publishes. This meant we had some backlash and still do, but it also gave us a huge platform to help others who didn't feel like their abuse was taken seriously or heard. During the trial, I heard from so many survivors who found strength watching you, and it helped give me strength to share some of my story too, which then opened the door for some to connect with me. Some fans who contacted me struggled with self harm and ideation, and they took strength from stories of others in the fan community, my story, and mostly your story. The stories I have heard will haunt me until the day I die, but I am so glad they were able to find the bravery to share and some won't take their stories to the grave alone. And I mean that big time. I heard from people who were in their 60s that had things happen to them in their childhoods. And they told me that I was the first person they had ever told. And I want to say publicly to everyone who sent me any of those messages, I am so honored that you chose me to be the one to tell. I know how hard it is to tell anyone about that kind of thing happening to you. I don't know why you felt safe enough to tell me. But thank you for that. And I hope that as time has passed, that you have been able to heal more. And that you will pursue more avenues of healing. Because you deserve it. Whether it be from therapy or medical or pursuing justice yourself, whatever it is. I hope you all are doing well. And I think about you every day. So the letter continues. I want you to know that there are people who are still alive today because they believed that if you could fight, they could too. Fans of our show were so supportive of you and fought to educate and challenge the stereotypes of abuse. All genders, all sexual orientations, abuse between parents and children, partners, family members, all of it. One of those fans wanted to give back to us so much she brought us all here today. And that's why I'm able to give you this letter. Because your strength and your bravery has inspired so many. So I'm sure those of you who follow Popcorn know that that fan is Marcella. And Marcella, I just want to say I love you so much. I love you so much. And I wish I could give you the world. Watching you rise again is such a privilege. I congratulate you on your victory. And I wish you all the best as you move forward in your beautiful life. I look forward to continuing to support you and to be a voice amplifying truth. And I believe I signed it. Much love, ItsKim. The letter was born from the things that I felt were important to say. And if there was any chance I would end up in a room with him, what I would hope my brain would be able to articulate and say to him, which I knew was not going to happen because I was going to be so emotionally overwhelmed. Now, I did not go backstage. Andy's explained a lot of that. It was him and Lara, and I am so happy that he got to have that experience. And I know there was a part of him that was freaking out, wanting to get everybody back there. And I think at one point I actually stole Paige's phone and I just texted him and I was like, stop it. breathe, enjoy this. You know, you work so hard for it. And I was so happy he got to have that experience. And it's just so wild. The whole thing was just so wild. And I feel so blessed. And that's what my heart is full of right now. So I'm going to continue to try to focus on the positive. I'm going to be putting more content up about the trip in my members only content. And as much as some of that is because I want to have some special content for my members who have clicked the join button and want to support me that way. I also want to be able to have the freedom to post things that are going to get hit with copyright and things like that, and not be so afraid of getting strikes or hits or things like that. In the way that things are going right now on YouTube, I have to be incredibly careful with that, because one wrong move and I could lose my channel, basically. So I have to really cover my butt on that one. So that's what I'm doing. To everybody I met in Vegas, it was such a privilege. Thank you for coming out and supporting us. It means the world. And I hope I did okay. So that's it. Thank you for your love in your support. We focus on the positive. We focus on change. We focus on good. Thank you. Much love.